Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel. Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl. And this is your monthly forecast for April 2026. Okay, there's a lot happening here in Aries. So keep your head on. A lot of heat is happening out here. Okay, so we're going to start with the full moon in Libra, which is opposite of Aries. And it's called the pink moon. It'll be at 12 degrees of Libra, and it will be Pacific Standard Time, 7:11 p.m. Okay? This is fiery cardinal energy, leadership energy, initiation energy. Okay, the energy is hot, forward moving, and aggressive. So beware. Okay, you may feel the heat already. The month starts out with the sun in Aries and Mars meeting Neptune and Saturn in Aries this month as well. Okay, the new moon on the 17th is 27 degrees of Aries at 4:51 a.m. and it forms a powerful stellium. And this is just a parade of planets in the sign of Aries, somewhere in one of your houses. Just depend on where the rising sign is for you. Okay, so we have Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, the Sun, Moon, and the wounded healer, Chiron, in Aries as well, conjuncting Aries. So there's a lot to unpack here in your chart, but just note that there is an area of concentrated energy somewhere in your chart in one of the houses. And where that is for you is going to be that intense city. Okay, the energy is intense. You could have arguments about different things depending on where it is, because Aries and Mars, okay, they take action first and think later. Okay, so they can be impulsive. So just beware of any impulsivity that you may have. Try to think about it before you know, put it out there, because during this time, what you put out, you can't take back. That's the thing. But this is all about growth, okay? Maturity, all right? So just so you know, this is happening for you and not just to you, okay? And we all are experiencing this simultaneously. It just depends on where this stellium is in your chart, okay? So let's get going and talk about the rising signs and where this stellium is going to be in your chart, all right? See you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Pisces risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl. And this is your monthly forecast for April 26. April 2026. Now, before we get into the forecast, I just want to share with you that we have all the planets moving forward. So our life plans are going to be escalating. We have a stellium in the sign of Aries, which is happening in your, I think, your second house. Let me make sure. I think it is, or it could be your fourth. No, it's in your second house of finance, okay? And we have, and that's intense with this stellium in your second house of finance. And let's see, it was something else I wanted to share. We have all the planets moving forward. We have the stellium in your second house, and we have Gemini, Uranus, moving into the sign of Gemini, and he will stay there for some years. I want to say 7 years, but I could be, you know, misspeaking. However, it'll be there for some years, okay? And it's kind of exciting when, these outer planets move into another sign because it's going to change the whole flavor of how we operate on some level. So, anyway, let's get into your forecast. So, on the first of the month, we have the full moon in Libra, and this is happening in your eighth house, and it's going to be squaring, creating that tension between Jupiter and Cancer, and that's in your fifth house. So your eighth house is about death, Death, transformation, debt, Debts, taxes, loans, other people's money, shared resources, psychological issues, psychic energy is there as well, power and control because Pluto rules this eighth house. Struggles are here as well. Now, in your fifth house is the house of fun. It's the house where you are most creative, your hobbies are there, children are there, your romantic interactions are there as well. And again, like I said, the squares create tension so that it's like this push or pull energy. And, it's got to be a compromise there with the push or pull energy, right? So that is growth process. That's what is meant to occur. So expect mood swings because of this Cancer moon energy and the full moon. Impulsivity or conflicts over money and affection. And you may face scandals from carelessness in relationships or overspending on hobbies. You may overindulge in pleasure or make exaggerated emotional promises. Because your confidence fluctuates, you may experience bouts of indecision. You may have luck with smart investments or love affairs as well. So on the third, we have Venus in Taurus. Venus is, loving, beauty, love to eat sweets. Taurus is ruled by Venus. It's steadfast. Taurus is, money driven. And this tension with Pluto, which is the square, transformative energy, power struggles. In Aquarius, freedom loving, forward thinking, and being authentic. So this is happening in your third house of communication, your local neighborhood, social media, transportation, your siblings, and your friends, and your 12th house of hidden things. Long distance travel is also here. Karmic patterns, your own self undoing, retreats, escapism, your unconscious thoughts are here as well. And where your this is also where your karmic patterns, unconscious karmic patterns from ancestral energy is also housed. So during this transit, your everyday talks turn intense. Watch for seductive rhetoric or buried resentment emergent in writing or conversations. Any ideological extremes are being exposed to purge outdated beliefs. Okay, there we have it. April 5th, the sun in Aries is squaring Jupiter in Cancer. And this is your second house is where Aries is, and this is your house of finances, self-worth, your value system, what you possess as well. And shared finances could fall here as well. So during this transit, you may invest your time in hobbies that pay off or balance your work with family time. Impulse buying or being over generous could strain your resources. So temper your ego as well. So on the 9th, we have Mars moving into your second house of finances, values, self-worth, possessions. So Mars make you more defensive, protective, and impatient at this time. So your self-esteem is tied to your possessions, and you may over-identify with wealth or conflicts over ownership. Stress may cause skin irritations or eye strain. In relationships, passion surges, but debates on spending or values may arise. So, you know, on the 12th, Mars in Aries conjunct Neptune in your second house. Okay, so Neptune is about blurred lines, it's boundless, so you lose your sense of self when Neptune is activated. Things are not always what they appear. It's like false evidence appearing real here with Neptune. But Neptune is also very creative and very spiritual. So during this time, you may get a surge of motivation to start a new project, side hustle, or a creative venture that feels inspired but may lack clear logistics. You may be tempted to overspend something that on something that feels good, like luxuries, art, spiritual services, or to jump into deals that seem better than they really are. Okay? And you know this Pisces rising because, you know, Neptune rules you, and you both are ruled by the 12th house. Okay, so on the 15th, Mercury moves into Aries in your second house. And Mercury is about communication. You may feel more assertive or direct when talking about money, contracts, or what you value, which can be good for your salary negotiations or for pitching ideas. But, you know, it depends on how you speak these ideas out because your speech may come across bluntly. So you may have a tendency to overthink or get anxious about finances, especially if the situation actually needs calm, long-term planning. On the 16th, we have Mars in Aries conjunct Saturn, and this is happening in your second house. Saturn is about limitations, about grounding things into reality. He's the timekeeper. Saturn is also limits things that you want to move forward. It is also a methodical energy where you have to go through the process of taking things step by step. Okay, so expect tension around money matters. However, there are opportunities for gains if you are disciplined, and family disputes are or earnings obstacles may arise. You may experience restlessness or anger towards perceived limits and self value can surface. Learning to assert your boundaries show maturity. Okay, so on the 17th, we have this new moon in Aries that's happening in your second house, and it also activates this stellium. Mercury, Neptune, Mars, and Saturn are all activated in your second house. Okay, so this new moon is at 27 degrees Aries in your at 4:51 a.m. All right, so we have it's wise to release nostalgic items. Integrate meaningful past lessons into current financial goals. Initiate savings plans, negotiations, or value aligned investments with confidence. Boost your self sufficiency by auditing your possessions and income streams. Okay? On the 20th, we have some relief because there's a lot of activity in this intense energy of Aries. So the sun moves into Taurus, and this is happening in your third house. Okay? And this is your house of communication, siblings, short trips. Your mind and communication style may become more grounded and patient. So conversations and writing tend to feel more deliberate and reliable now. You can expect an increased interest in tangible knowledge, such as local topics or anything that feels useful in daily life. You may be more confident speaking up with friends, siblings, or coworkers, and your words can carry extra warmth and reassurance. Routine travel errands or local networking can flow smoothly and may bring small rewards or pleasant social connections. Okay, on the 23rd, we have Venus in Taurus conjunct Uranus. And this will be the last time we see Uranus in the sign of Taurus, okay, because it's going to be moving into Aquarius, Gemini this month. Moving to Gemini this month, okay? So this is happening in your third house right now in the sign of Taurus. And unexpected things happen with Uranus. It's electrifying and it's forward thinking, it's technological and it's freeing and it's authentic energy. So whatever it's doing is calling for us to be free and authentic. So you may find yourself impulsively text, call, or message someone in a way that surprises them, or an unexpected conversation can flip a relationship or situation on its head. Your mind can light up with fresh insights, quirky ideas, or inspirations for writing. Social media content, learning, or short-term projects. You may serendipitously bump into someone who becomes important, or a casual conversation turns into a big opportunity. Friendships, flirty sparks, or collaborations. On the 25th, the Sun in Taurus square Pluto in Aquarius, and this is happening in your third house and your 12th house. So your everyday thoughts or tasks face obsessive doubts. Release outdated beliefs for authentic expression. Your karma, self sabotage, or retreat needs are uncovered, and you are urged to purge those unconscious patterns now. Okay, Pisces rising. Now we have Uranus moving into Gemini, and this is going into your fourth house. Expect restlessness at home, like urges to relocate, renovate radically, or redefine family dynamics through new ideas or technology. Emotional insights may surface abruptly, challenging childhood patterns or traditions. Okay, Pisces rising, this is your forecast for April 2026. And I don't want this to feel rushed, but I've been having problems with my audio. So I don't want you to miss out on what I want to share with you for this month. So until next time, bye for now.